Okay. Team. It is time. Let us zoom in and take a look at the balance patch. Game update notes, May 11th, 2021. It's important to us that you get the May 11th skill and balance updates today, so we are posting them here on the blog. Visit our official Twitter and Facebook channel to discuss the new info with other players. All right then, guys, here we are, the game updates for May 11th, 2021. Skills and balance release notes. It's been a long while since our last major balance patch. In this update, we're preparing for Cantha by cleaning up long-standing frustrations with boons and conditions, as well as by positioning existing builds as new potential sources of alacrity and quickness. Oh my god! In group play, oh boy, oh boy. There's a new FIREBRAND and Rev, and of course a new Chrono on the block here. Among these changes are new duration gaps for each boon and condition, a rework of retaliation resistance, and a reversal to the bonus damage state of torment condition. Torment will now deal bonus damage to targets that are standing still instead of moving targets. This is actually huge in PvP, actually, because if you keep moving, you take way less damage. So basically, if you get immobilized, that's insanely disgusting with torment there as well. And, dude, in PvE, this is actually disgusting. Oh my goodness. But you can keep bosses still a lot of the time, so you can absolutely annihilate. Happy days for Renegade, for stuff like Mirage as well, obviously, and Necro. Here we go, guys. Necro Gaming. Oh, I think a lot of PvP players and World vs. World players are going to like that, though. Torment can be very, very oppressive, just on a design level in PvP and World vs. World for roaming. The retaliation boon has long been a pain point, both in PvE and PvP. It's not particularly impactful to use, and it's never fun to play against. We've replaced it with a new boon, Resolution, which complements the existing protection boon by reducing incoming damage from conditions by 33%. Wow! Okay! Many current traits and skills use retaliation in some way or adds effect. Those traits aren't going away. Generally, they've been updated to use the new Resolution boon. As always, wow! Right. Dude, that means Guardian is so spicy. Holy shit. Retail stocks are pretty, well, they're gone, okay? But that is a very interesting meme, actually. You're going to be so tanky. If you go for the double up here with Resolution, that is a very powerful effect, actually. Particularly seeing as you still have resistance. Oh, yeah, dude, I called it. Resistance only gives you immunity to movement impairing conditions. Wow, that is very, very spicy there as well. I think this actually kind of feels pretty bad for Healing Signet on Warrior. They might give Healing Signet on Warrior Resolution and Resistance, actually, because of that, actually. So Resistance means you can get rid of Blind, Chill, Cripple, Fear, Immobilize, Taunt. So yeah, okay, so it's still a powerful effect, right? Still a powerful effect, but wow, that is very spicy. But then we can actually get into where these boons are actually going to show up there as well, guys. Okay, this is big. It stacks in duration too, obviously, so you can have this up a lot. Wow, this is going to be super strong in certain raids and fractals as well, because there's a lot of stuff where Condi pressure is relevant, and now we have that as well. That is incredible, and resistance rework there, so non-damaging conditions currently on the player don't do anything. So one of those you can move when you're immobilized, right? All that kind of stuff. I actually think that from a design perspective, this is way better, right? Way better from that perspective there as well, because resistance was a very silly thing. It was like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm completely immune to condition damage. Fun, right? No, that's not fun. This is it's a much less binary thing. It's still powerful. Other classes are going to get compensated for this, but it's still a very powerful effect and a much better design one. And I kind of like Resolution as well. Like Retail's not like an inherently bad thing. I wasn't expecting to do this at all. I was expecting it to be like charges instead, like it would stack instead of being a duration thing. But actually, I kind of like this. I think this is kind of a nice thing from a design perspective there. So you have the protection version you have the basically you have protection, but for Condis. So I actually quite like this. It's quite a nice little design there, guys. That is quite nice. Oh wait! Oh shit! Dude, yeah. Oh my God, I didn't even think about this. Like, Kadim 1 Retail. Dude, this breaks Kadim. It, like, actually ruins him. Oh, my God. Ah. I mean, this in a way forces you to do the pylon or play power, right? You either have to play power or you have to go and kill the thing, I guess. Or, like, corrupt the boon so much that it doesn't do anything. Oh. Yeah, Broken King will get a useless boon. Well, Yeah, dude, because he can't be a... What? Oh, no! Because resistance doesn't affect damage. Dude, they're like annihilating raids. Oh my god. Yeah, and on Adina, like Adina gets memed by this. Wow, this patch is actually a fiesta. Oh my god. Right, this is a clown fiesta. Yeah, it was the one using physical, so using 50%, now it's 10%. Oh my, yeah, you're actually right, yeah, because you don't have Berserker, so you didn't use the Berserk skills. Wait, interesting. And then Torment deals damage and deals additional damage to foes that are not moving. So that's probably the same, but the other way around. So you double the damage if they are not moving. That is obviously very good for raids, and it's better designed for PvP and World vs. World. I mean, look, it's a win-win, okay? A win-win. Duration stacking boosted conditions now behave consistently. They stack durations, add from all sources, do not have... Oh my god! Dude, this is such a good change! Oh, yes, ArenaNet, thank you. This is an amazing change. From also do not have hidden stack limits and generally have shorter maximum durations. With most non-damaging conditions, duration stacked to a maximum of 10 seconds. We aim to reduce situations where players can become stuck in combat because of a long duration condition, preventing them from using their wait, what okay, right. So basically boons are 30 seconds long now, and Condis, like the really annoying ones, can only be 10 seconds, yeah. The duration thing is fine, but like the really good thing here is that the hidden stack limits are gone. Let me show you a great example of this, guys. If I go ahead and relog to my Ellie right now, check this out. Like, this is actually, this is why the whole stacking system was always like a really, kind of bad system, actually. It was a bad implementation. They did this to basically fix, like, how busted Chrono was back in the day. But let me show you a really big downside of what they did here, right? I need to get out of combat real quick. This is a very good example of this. If you use Earth Overload, with boon duration, basically, you'll actually notice that you won't actually get you won't get value out of all the procs, right? If I do this, actually this should be good enough, I think. But if you use if you try and go for a protection application with Earth Overload, it actually applies too many stacks to you, and you actually see that not all of them will actually increase. See that? See how it's like I'm delaying there? Do you see how I missed a tick there? Right? It should have given me protection there, but it didn't, right? Because I had too many stacks on me, and so it actually shut itself down there basically because of that, which is actually like horrible. It feels very bad to play against that, like really awful to play into that, and that's exactly what they've addressed. This is actually a very good change. This is going to make boon application more consistent, more sensible, more intuitive. Very good. Yeah, you can't like do a billion years of swiftness, but I mean, well, I mean that's not exactly the end of the world, is it, guys? Right? Like, swiftness is not exactly super hard to come by, and it also fixes the issue with like, oh, you can just have like perma boons forever and ever and ever, which is always never good. Right, never good indeed. But yeah, this is just a solid choice here. Mantras. We acknowledge that there are some significant flaws with the core gameplay innate to mantra skills, and this problem is it was exacerbated in Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire when we switched Mesmer mantras to an ammunition system, creating an incentive to not use the final charge. This is a poor user experience and something we'd hope for a long time to be able to come back and address. Okay, right. I mean, yeah, that's one way to put it. Needing to prepare for combat by using a sequence of skills with a long casting time is not fun, and in most cases, using the final charge of a mantra in combat felt like a mistake. It not only denied your use of the skill for a long time, but it required you to prepare your mantras again after the cooldown expired. Instead of being rewarding to use, mantras have been a chore, something you need to remember to do every time you change maps or respawn, or deal with after every /GG in a fractal strike or raid. Holding your group up while you again prepare each of your mantras never feels great either. Yeah, I mean, okay, this is actually debatable. Like, okay, okay. I actually think that in PvP and World versus World, this is actually not exactly correct, okay? In my opinion. I think the fact that you might not necessarily be able to get away with recharging your mantra in combat, in PvP, is actually interesting, right? That is an interesting piece of gameplay, and this is essentially removed that punish, essentially, of using the final charge, like that risk of maybe not being able to get it back. So that is, but yeah, okay, I see what they're doing here, and I think they can obviously bounce around it, right? I don't think it's necessarily the end of the world there. Okay, I mean, I get it, right? It's obviously going to make it way more fun to use. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly right. This is definitely a PvE focused change for sure. We tried several alternatives, including automatic preparation while out of combat. Ultimately, we found that the best course of action was to simplify the mantra skills and remove the preparation mechanic altogether, as this ensures that we can have consistent behavior between Mesmer and FIREBRAND mantras, as well as consistent core functionality between PvE and PvP game modes. As a result, in this balance update, we have decided to work both Mesmer and FIREBRAND mantras in simple ammunition skills. So wait, what does this Wait, oh wow, wait, ooh, yeah. So they get this like. They're ammo, so they're kind of, you don't get punished for not using them, but you don't get, wow, oh, that actually kind of sucks, like, for, sucks here a little bit, actually. I thought this was actually quite an interesting piece of gameplay on FIREBRAND, that, like, the final charge was stronger. I think this actually is a slight mistake. I think this makes them a little bit less interesting. And I actually kind of liked the Mesmer thing, a buff for World of Sword FIREBRAND. Definitely quality of life for World of Sword FIREBRAND, because you don't have like this like big downtime, and you can use the third charge. It's not the end of the world to do that. I kind of like the fact that Mesmer mantras were different to FB mantras. So like you when you prepped it, you would get something, right? And that when you the final charge, I thought that was actually quite good. But fair enough. Like this is okay, I guess. They're already in the readies mode, storing up uses. All right. I think this is just like different, right? This is different. And I think that's okay, right? We'll see how this one pans out. I don't want to judge it too soon. Like, I do think this is a bit of, I think this does lose some gameplay in PvP, and World versus World. Because I almost kind of liked it in World vs. World, actually, because if you're on FIREBRAND, it's like, oh, wait, we've got to make this fire push. I'm blowing everything. I'm blowing my elite mantra. Let's go, boys. Right? I kind of think that kind of, like, that exhaustion of a resource is actually, like, when do you I think there's a decision there. There's thought that goes into, like, should I pop that final charge? Have we just got to go YOLO, right? And the same thing with the Mesmer. It's like, I've got to get out, and then I've got to reach out my and then get back in. I think that was actually kind of interesting gameplay there. So I have to say I don't entirely approve. I think this is quality of life being prioritized over interesting gameplay. So not a huge fan of that, actually. Let's continue. General. Oh, no. Oh, no. I can't believe this. What a good change. Oh. Are you kidding me? To better indicate which skills will deal defiance damage, icons within skill tools that represent applied control effects are now purple. Great. Okay, great. Right? The exposed effect placed on many bosses when the defiance bar is broken has been adjusted. It now increases power damage by 30%. It used to be 50%, I believe. And Condi damage by 100%. Condi FIREBRAND, boys! What? That is ridiculous. Dude, that is insane. What? I'm not sure about that one, dude. Holy shit. That is unbelievable. Text on many damage increasing progression rates, runes, sigils have been clarified to indicate whether they increase outgoing strike damage, Condi damage, or damage as appropriate. Yep, great clarification there as well. Wow. Okay. That is quite something. That is going to be some new records there with Condi FIREBRAND, because bear in mind, guys, Exposed is a 50% mod right now, so it's double that effectiveness for Condi. Like, this is, I'd say this is mostly like a fractal thing here. Like, you don't, or an open world, I guess, right? Fractal and open world. And that is insane. Like, FIREBRAND was already very, very strong, and you'd even see, guys, you'd even see, of course, Condi Rev, right? You would see, like, Condi Rev. For example, if you look at the 100 CM record that was done, it was with, I believe, double Rev and triple FIREBRAND, or Condi already. This is going to make this ridiculous. Exactly, guys. Torment, too. Like, Rev with this is insane. Like, the Condi Rev Alacrity build that you can play in Fractals, this is unreal. This is extremely insane madness Omega DPS with FIREBRAND. Like, okay, I'm liking, like, this, like, big, let's play Condi in front. I mean, I kind of like the fact they're just, like, doing some crazy shit, but I think this is going to make people very angry. Okay, if I put my actual big brain hat on, guys, right now, I'm going to say this is probably maybe a little overkill, right? Like, maybe they could, like, nerf the power and then maybe make Condi 50%, but 100%. 100%. All right. Okay. Hey, yeah, thanks for the tier 1. I appreciate that. Okay, that's a lot of damage. So, dude, this is just a fun change, right? Superior Sigil of Stars now also increases concentration expertise, which is the sigil, a stacking sigil for Celestial. And Celestial now gives you Boon duration and Condi duration, and the per stat has not been decreased. Now, where would you do this? It basically makes this way better, obviously, because those two stats are very high value. But the thing is, I don't think Selly would really see play, because like a lot of the 4-stat ones are so strong, and you can't even use it in PvP. I think this is more of like a bring it up to date and maybe enable some fun builds, right? Like some fun builds. Yeah, maybe like a Weaver build in World vs. World or something like that. Maybe something in World vs. World you would play this with. Could have some potential there. Like a hybrid build, like a very hybrid build there as well. Scourge. Now, I don't think you don't really want to play Condi right now. Well, actually, well, maybe you will actually if we look at the Scrapper stuff. Maybe if Scrapper got deleted, but we'll have to see. Like, I think we have to. I think we can take that and think about that later and look at it after the changes. Because if we look at in the current meta, I don't think you would really use this that much in the current meta. But of course, we're not going to be in the current meta. We're going to be in the next meta. Suit deals additional damage based on your velocity. I guarantee you, this will be abusable in an amusing way, and we'll get some good montage videos. All right, here we go. So, we've arrived, guys, at the profession skills here. Elementalist. We feel that the Elementals have been in a very good place since the July 2020 balance update. Both Tempest and Weavers have effective high damage and power, power and condition damage builds available, while the Tempest is also powerful in its support role. We weren't completely happy that the top-end power and condition damage Elementalist builds have approximately the same sustained damage, so we're making some minor targeted reductions to the power builds and increases to condition damage sources to help condition damage builds really shine on some bosses and other hard targets, and to ensure they aren't left behind by the effect that the torment condition change has for other professions. Wow, dude, this is going to be a big benchmark, man. Like, this is going to be a fat benchmark. Wait, are they buffing Boon Ellie? Oh, they are. Boon Ellie does more damage now. Oh, but they also... Oh, they nerf Lightning Orb, though. Oh. Feels bad. Okay, never mind. Boon Ellie buff a little bit, but then they also nerf Boon Ellie. Feels bad. Wow, Ellie doesn't get much, though. Wow, Ellie gets nothing. Holy shit, like a little nudge. So Scepter, basically the auto attack on Scepter does a little bit less cast time, so you get more DPS out of that. Elements of Rage... This is the GM trait, right, in Weaver, where you, like, if you double attune, you get a damage modifier, I believe, right? And now it's 5% Condi and 5% power as well. So, of course, obviously good for the Condi build, bad for the power build. So, yeah, this does exactly what it says. This is exactly what it says on the tin, right? Condi Weaver has more sustained damage. Power builds, burst is down there. The Tempest power burst is down there as well. Lightning Orb is, like, a really key skill. Because bear in mind, guys, that's a 0.45 coefficient, but it's 4 times a second, essentially, on a large target, which is absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, that makes sense. And actually, Wildfire on the Boon Ellie and rather Condi Tempest will now actually do a significant more damage. So, you know, you bear in mind you get like an extra second of burning because you have 100% duration. So an extra second of burning per pulse is actually decent. So that's a nice little nudge there as well. Nice. NG. While the Scrapper can be played as an effective healer, it hasn't had access to the offensive... Wait. Oh. Okay, it needs to be truly valuable as a support role in a group PvE content. As a result, we've seen the Scrapper get very little play outside of World vs. World. With this update, we're reworking the Scrapper trait Kinetic Stabilizers so that Scrappers can apply the Quickness boon on up to 5 targets, opening up a powerful boon... Ooh! Okay, for the specialization. So, Quickness Scrapper... Wait, I mean, honestly, I honestly feel like some World vs. World boys might be very happy about that. We're also taking some potential damage out of the Holosmith's heat management in Laser's Edge, and we're instead adding more power to the core explosive trait's Glass Cannon, making that damage accessible to more builds. Okay, so utility goals, duration of resistance increased from 2 to 3. It's going to be resolution now, basically. You guys bear that in mind. So it's condition damage reduction instead of condition immunity. Oh, wait, no, it's not actually. It's going to be like movement immunity. Oh, yeah, they didn't remove resistance. Actually, yeah, it's still in resistance, but it's going to be, you can't be slowed down, basically, or stopped in any way, or blinded. So, okay, that's good. That actually, you know, in a way that makes more sense, actually, for the roleplay there. Oh, people have been asking for this one for a very long time, actually, guys. Rifle. Overcharge shot, you no longer get knocked back. Very, very nice. Good change there, because honestly, Rifle kind of got deleted pretty hard. Like, it completely fell out of favor on basically any build. This is actually huge in PvE and in PvP as well, right? Because, you know, like, Rifle was, like, so annoying that you would have to basically... Because you couldn't... You used to play Rifle on Holo because you could give yourself stability with Corona and then knock people back with the Rifle there. No longer, okay, will you do that because, you know, you can't get stabbed, so, you know... But now you don't need stab. Good change there. Glass Cannon. Ooh, free Scholar Road on Hollow. That's pretty juicy, actually. I'm liking that. Oof. Ouch. Dude, poor old Hollow. Reduce the maximum damage increase from 25% to 15% in PvE only. Ouch. Wow. Dude, what did Hollow ever do to you, ArenaNet? So, Hollow Smith is definitely going to eat an overall nerf here, but to be fair, Hollow is very, very strong, so I guess it can... It's allowed, it's okay. And then Scrapper. Kinetic Stabilizer has been reworked and renamed. It's now Kinetic Accelerators. When you grant super speed to a target, also grant quickness. 2 seconds. Oh, okay. Applied Force has been reworked to grant stability instead of quickness and to grant extra power from Might. Players now gain stability when they gain Might above the threshold. Ooh, dude, that you could make some... Wait, isn't this like some insane like Troller Flamethrower builds running around with like 25 Might and like a ridiculous amount of stability using Juggernaut and this trait now in Scrapper with Applied Force? Okay, that... Wait, oh my god, dude, Flamethrower Engie is like an actual unstoppable force in open world now. And probably, well, there's gonna be a lot of like troll PvP builds as well, guys, okay? Like that, the dawn of the Flamethrower Engie is here, my friends. So, Scrapper obviously has a lot of super speed uptime, particularly if you have gyros. And now you're also gonna have quickness, 2 seconds base. It's 5 targets, and, of course, you can modify that with Boon duration up to 4 seconds. So, honestly, your uptime isn't actually super great here. You have a lot of super speed, but your uptime isn't super amazing with just you. And I guess you can probably squeeze out 100%. Wait, can you even do 100% on your own? I thought that isn't, like, super crazy, right? It's AoE, obviously, which is nice, but that's not, like, super powerful trait, actually. If you compare that to, like, Seize the Moment, that's not, like, that good. I mean, I guess the radius is pretty big. But, yeah, I guess you can, like, squeeze out 100% there as well. But, yeah, I mean, like, it also, I'm not sure if... Because I hate to say it, but I don't think you're really going to see much play with this in PvE. And also, guys, they didn't nerf it in World vs. World. Like, okay, all right. Like, okay, maybe a little bit... I'm starting to see this patch was... I was expecting more, guys, okay? I was expecting, like, a fucking slam, okay, and that maybe hasn't happened just yet here, okay? I'm a little bit memed here, guys. Running the Necromancer, quickness on wells. Yeah, but that only gives quickness to you, though. The only reason you ran that was because you could copy it with Signet, right? All right. Okay, so not really much going on so far for NG and Ellie. Guardian, here we go. Wait, dude, no prot hollow nerfs. Guys, I forgot about this because I got so absorbed in, like, the PvE. Dude, where are my prot hollow nerfs? Didn't exist. Dude, PvP, World vs. World, back to the trash heap, dude, okay? Back to the trash heap, irrelevant game modes, PvE, only relevant game mode. Nice. Guardian has always been a very flexible and powerful profession. While we are happy with the current build diversity available to Guardians, and we're working to extend the same diversity to other professions, I'm a little scared about that. We're observed that all the Guardian damage builds, both condition and power, utilize the same combination of the Zeal and Radiant specializations, as they have optimal trait choices for each. We're making a few changes to Zeal, Virtues, and underperforming Consecration utility skills to better differentiate the two specializations and allow Virtues to be a viable option for condition damage builds. That sounds very spicy, okay? I'm ready. So, Scepter. Increase the cooldown from 6 to 10 seconds in PvE and from 8 to 10 in World vs. World. Wow, dude. Yeah, okay, a bit of a nerf there. A little bit of a nerf, guys, to Firebrand and, of course, DH. And change the light nines to the target. This is actually a quality of life. Before, you could basically burn it and with no target. Now you don't need, now you won't do that. Wow, that's kind of a harsh nerf. That's a pretty fucking big nerf, honestly, in PvE to Guardian. Staff. Symbol of Swiftness. Decrease cooldown from 15 to 12 seconds in PvE only. Nice quality of life for Healbrand. Great Sword. Symbol of Wrath has now been renamed Symbol of Resolution. Ooh, that is quite tasty, right? Wow, reduced cooldown from 20 to 12 seconds. Damage reduced by 10%, but you also get resolution when you use the symbol. So this means, I think this is actually quite nice for quite a lot of builds, actually, about the place, because you're gonna have AoE, like if you play like Power DH, you're now gonna have AoE condition damage reduction, which can of course be extended by Signet of Inspiration and other effects. So you can actually get good uptime of this, actually, to be fair. And it's got a very short cooldown, too. So that's going to meme the rotation a lot, actually, with Greatsword here for Guardian. And it's also going to be some big value there as well. Like, I think you're going to see this quite nice for Guardian in PvP, too. Like, some condition damage reduction is always nice. Yeah, it's going to give resolution, guys, for sure, of course. Consecrations. Wall of Reflection. Reduce the duration from 10 to 8. Reduce the cooldown from 30 to 25. Okay, nice. Purging Flames. Reduce the radius. Oh, no! Okay, wait. Oh no, wait, what is this? This skill no longer burns foes that cross outside the field. Instead, it applies 1 second burning with a 4-second duration on foes inside the radius when cast, and again on each pulse for the duration of the effect. Cooldown reduced from 35 to 25, again in PvE only. Oh, man. Dude, so basically this is supposed to... Oh. Low energy! Like, this... I actually don't like this. I think Purging Flames was a more interesting skill before this. Like, they've made... Dude, they basically made this... Wow. Okay, this is a PvE patch, guys. Wow. They have basically said, we are going to make a PvE patch now and just kind of reduce the counterplay for it in PvP and make it a less interesting skill. Interesting. Cooldown is reduced to 25 in PvE, so you're probably going to... The intention is to use this with the Consecration trait in PvE for a DPS increase, is essentially what this is for DPS output there. And Sanctuary cooldown is down there as well. Dude, that's going to start popping up in PvP, boys. Okay, you're going to start trolling with Sanctuary. Like, put that on the point with a really short cooldown and, like, knock people off. All right. Okay. I am a little bit interested here with what's going on there. I'm not really a big fan of this. I think Purging Flames was interesting that you could counterplay around it. You could, like, dodge through it to avoid it. Like, now you just have to basically walk out of it, and there's a lot less interaction there with this ability in general, and the radius being smaller is, I guess, that's something, I guess. Shouts. Save yourselves. You have more... Yeah, they basically... You're going to see resistance duration go up, because resistance no longer gives resolution. It doesn't give, like, immunity to all Condis, just some now. So you're going to see durations go up across the board, which I think actually makes it a little bit more interesting there as well. So yeah, that's up. Heals Retribution. Wow, Radiance is kind of juicy now, right? Because that means if you have resolution, that means when you use your heal skill, you get 10 seconds of resolution on you the entire time. That is pretty juicy. In PvP too, that is spicy actually for a lot of these things. Now the thing is that Guardian historically doesn't actually have that many issues with Condis a lot of the time, because if you're like, for example, if you play this trait, which you play on Dragon Hunter right now, if you're playing DH, you already have like a load of good condition cleanse on your like leap and your F3 block or whatever you block, you get a Condi cleanse, but now you're going to have like condition damage reduction too. I think this has got a potential to make a lot of builds kind of tanky. And actually, if you look at something like Firebrand, I wonder if you could, oh man, DPS Firebrand in PvP, like with this, to make it so you're a lot less vulnerable to Condis there. Kind of interesting, right? Like a little bit interesting. How about that? Inspired Virtue. This trait now additionally increases strike damage for each boon on the Guardian. This effect was formerly on Power of the Virtuous. And now, okay. Right, so we have got, whoa. Okay, Absolute Resolution. This trait has been renamed Absolute Resolve. Oh yeah, because that would be confusing with the resolution, right? Like with the resolution boons. Yeah, they called it Absolute Resolve. Yep, so they renamed that there. So now Guardian just like Virtues just straight up gives you a 10% vitality conversion there from condition damage. Wait, dude. Plague Doctor, boys. Let's go. Plague Doctor. All that vitality, mass condition damage on your Plague Doctor Firebrand running Virtues. Interesting. So the Virtues build is basically, they're trying to make the Virtues compete instead of Zeal, basically. So they want you to run Virtues Radiance instead of Zeal Radiance by the looks of this. Let's see if that actually pans out. That's a strong effect, guys, okay? That is a strong effect indeed, particularly if you have high vitality. But like the thing is, if you don't have vitality, it's not actually that good. But okay, we'll see how that goes. Flame Legion meta, boys. Yeah, Flame Legion meta. Zeal, Zealot Speed. This trait has been renamed Zealot's Resolution. Yeah, okay, of course, because they're just, whenever you have something that gives you retail, they're just going to basically, they're just going to give you resolution instead, because that is what it is. Retail is now resolution. Lesser Symbol of Wrath. This skill has been renamed Lesser Symbol of Resolution, because that is exactly what it is. Symbolic Power. Symbol Strikes no longer charge the Virtue Skill 1 passive effect more quickly. Wow, okay. Dude, they hate the Zeal trait line. Eternal Armory. Spirit Weapons now only apply burning on their first strike per cast. Zeal! God! Increased burn duration from 4 seconds to 8 seconds in PvE. From 2.5 to 5 seconds in Wolf's Sword and 2 to 4 in PvE. Dude, guys, stop kicking it. Stop kicking burn DH. It's already dead, guys. It's over, right? We know you hate burn DH in PvP. Oh my god. Dude, Tyrone quit the game just in time. Ouch. How unfortunate. Oh dear, oh dear. Dude, this Zeal line just got deleted, man. Absolutely, annihilated. Okay. All right, well, I mean, if you think about it, this could like arguably now you can kind of see why they thought maybe 100% was okay. I still think 100% is probably maybe a little bit too far, but but still, like they're nerfing like the burst Condi application basically like pretty hard in PvE. Oh, and because symbolic power, guys, instead of like giving you 1 strike of your F1, you need like 5 strikes to get a burn from your passive F1 when you're playing Firebrand or a Condi guard, right? Now, that won't double up. So basically, symbols are way worse at massively giving you these passive procs. So yeah, this is hey, if you're playing Condi, play Virtues, you monkey, right? And then if you're playing Power, play Zeal, right? They've like really shoehorned that. Goddamn. Total Burning Sword Justice and increase the total burning to Hammer of Wisdom and Shield of the Avenger will use while using this trait. Yes, that is indeed accurate information. All right, yeah, dude, Permeating Wrath back on the menu. Firebrand. Stoic Demeanor. Fixed a bug that caused a 3-second interval rather than the correct 1-second interval. Yeah, this is like a well-known bug. It's fixed now. And then the mantras thing. So you have Firebrand mantras. This is actually like, this is a really big buff, in my opinion, in PvE. Is it a buff in PvP? Honestly, yes, it is actually. Because now you can use your heal whenever you want, and it doesn't matter because you don't have like this long cooldown. Wow, yeah, this is actually a massive buff in every game mode pretty much. Because the final charge was nice. It was kind of like a fun mechanic to play around, but this is just like strictly better a lot of the time, right? This is better. Because you can use that 3rd charge and not care, and you don't have to eat like a 20-30 second cooldown in any game. Yeah, this is just way better, right? And it's also nice for you can do a triple cast there as well to burst it as well. Defender's Dogma. This trait now uses the correct icon. Reduce the internal cooldown to 1 second in PvE only. This matches the current cooldown in PvP in Warzone. Basically, Defender's Dogma means when you block, you get Virtue, you get your F1 burn immediately, basically. So that's kind of nice. Nice little convenience thing there as well. Kind of like a fun flavor thing. That would be fun in open world PvE, I think. You're gonna get some big burns from that. Pure of Sight. This trait now uses the correct icon. The description has been clarified to communicate that strike damage dealt increases with distance from the struck enemy. So in other words, this trait basically meant that the further targets away, the more damage you do. It's the Grandmaster Minor in DH. There you go. Now it tells you what it does correctly. Longbow. Okay, Dragon Hunter. Puncture Shot. Remove the bouncing aspect of the skill. The skill now pierces enemies. Ooh. That is very nice for open world PvE. Honestly, that's kind of interesting for world versus world too. Like, dude, holy shit. You can I think his projectiles kind of suck in world versus world because there's so much reflect, I guess. But still, that's kind of spicy, right? You can penetrate the entire Zerg there. Is that better than bouncing? Well, you can hit 5 targets potentially. It probably ends up a little bit worse in PvP actually because the bounce was kind of nice. You could kind of like hit people off to the side. Now you've got to like spear everyone. So, interesting, okay? Interesting stuff there. Wait. Oh, wow. Symbol of Energy, cooldown reduced, casting reduced there, so it's just better a little bit. Just slight buffs here to the DPS of this weapon, essentially. And Hunter's War. The skill cast has been reworked. The Dragon Hunter will now channel the skill for 1 second, then release the barrage, allowing movement while it is. Wow, okay. That is a very big buff to DH there. That's probably a little bit more up-to-date with the current thing, but I'm not sure I entirely approve of, basically power creeping mechanics in this way. I think it's actually quite a strong skill if you can actually land it. And now you will be able to move while doing it. That's actually a very big quality of life buff in PvP in particular, I would imagine, actually. So yeah, okay, nice. I mean, what is DH? I don't know, are we going to see, DHs running out? I mean, you actually see it a little bit. You see it a bit in ranked, and sometimes in some, casual ATs. So it's not like the DH is, completely unplayable, but still. We'll see about that one, right? Okay. Mesmer. Oh, yeah, kind of final word on Guardian. Very surprised to not see Firebrand get nerfed super hard. Although it is worth noting that removing Zeal and basically the Eternal Armory from the PvE build is going to make Firebrand a lot less bursty and much more reliant on sustain, right? So in a way, this actually makes sense from a logical perspective. I think these changes are still going to make Firebrand very, very strong. To be honest, in basically everywhere PvE. And the mantra is really nice too, actually. That's a really powerful thing. But, yeah. Interesting. I'm kind of sad not to see any Firebrand buffs in PvP as well, or reworks there. I was kind of expecting a lot of reworks in this patch, and it hasn't really actually happened that much. But oh well. Interesting changes there. Mesmer. Chronomancer has been steeply overperforming in a damage roll in all content. That is That's one way to put it. That's a mild way to put it. Leading to an environment in which the best way to tackle almost any challenge is to throw more Chronomancers at it. On the other hand, Mirage hasn't been performing at the level we'd like it to. Oh my god. It's in relegate to a damage roll in only a few specific boss encounters in which Confusion is particularly potent. Oh, they're going to give it more Torment, right? Yeah, with this update, Mirage will see general improved performance from the changes to Torment condition with the option of using a reworked Chaos specialization that will now better synergize for condition damage and support. Ooh. Ah. Yes. Minstrel Chrono is back on the menu, boys. Let's go. We're also creating a new possible boon support. Oh, well, for Mirage is using the staff by changing Chaos Vortex, the staff's ambush skill, to grant might and alacrity. Oh my god! Why would they do? Why? Okay, that is spicy. I love it. Okay, to grant might and alacrity to up to 10 targets. Condi support Mirage. Here we go. Okay. The skill is now ground targeted while on land and no longer displaces the player when summoning a clone while underwater. Oh, okay. All right, so it just like stealths you and summons a clone then, I guess. Arcane 3, quality of life. You need to target it. Wait, time warp. Reduce the cooldown from 180 to 120. Reduce duration from 10 to 5. The skill now applies 1 second of quickness and slow per pulse for a total of 6 pulses over a 5-second duration. Okay. This is a very weird change because the cooldown is like, I mean, like you never actually wait at 180 because you're playing Chrono. You have Continuum Split, right? But yeah, they basically like annihilated it. Like, so they basically slapped it down to 5 seconds out from 10. So time warp, you know, I've got to say, it is still enough, right? Like it is still going to be. Mesmer's been a what? No, I'm talking about PvE, okay? Like, dude, of course, dude. I'm 5k rank, bro, okay? I know how World vs. World works, okay? No, dude, Chrono's always on the menu, guys. Chrono is like, it's got irreplaceable utility, right? Look, guys, I know that. Oh my god. Imagine assuming I don't know how World vs. World works. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Okay, yeah, this is actually the correct change, okay? Like, this is the correct change, basically. Because the issue with Chrono isn't inherently the damage. Like, don't get me wrong. The damage is a problem, okay? But, right, nerfing Time Warp is the correct way to go here because the problem is that you could do 1 billion DPS and give 10 target quickness. And that is basically taking you down there as well. That is nerfing that down, which is the correct approach. I think they're going to reduce the damage as well. So get ready for that. That will get nerfed too, for sure. But we'll see how much that happens there. And also, I want to give a big shout out, guys. ArenaNet making it so that all the Mesmer blocks and the port and downs it no longer actually moves you, right? So you can like troll. This is actually a potential nerf in PvP because it means that you can't teleport away from someone stomping you. You know, if you get revealed for whatever reason, they'll actually still be able to stomp you. And you can't teleport onto a point with RNG, which I guess is kind of bullshit. So I guess it is good, right? And now you won't randomly teleport into an AoE, right? So it is now less annoying skill. And also the blocks. The blocks are trolling you so hard. The fact that they don't do this is actually really nice for Sword Offhand and Scepter 2 on Mesmer. That's just some great quality of life. Okay. Staff. Ooh, it's been a while since we've had this one, isn't it? Winds of Chaos. Increased projectile speed by 25%, casting speed by 0.1, lowered aftercast by 0.2, so this is a net gain in how much you can use the skill, because 0.1 casting, wait, actually a lot, because it's 0.1, the speed is 0.1 faster, and the aftercast is down by 0.2. That is actually a really big deal. Fix an inconsistency with projectile behavior after bouncing. The skill now applies torment for 5 seconds to the first target, confusion for 5 seconds on subsequent hits to enemies. Allies hit gain might for 5 seconds and fury for 3 seconds. This is kind of like a boon beast. That's honestly... That is a lot of boons as well. And this is obviously, you know, they're thinking like, oh, yes, play this with Mirage. Yes, yes. Play it with Boon Mirage. Boon Mirage. Let's go. I'm ready. Okay. All right. So it just, yeah, they fix the bounce behavior and they, you know, now it works a little bit different and you get Might and Fury. Instead of like, I think it was like random before, now you always get the same thing. So there's no RNG basically. Chaos Armor. Reduce recharge to 25 seconds. This skill no longer applies a random condition to nearby foes when it's cast. Instead, it applies blindness and confusion to nearby foes when cast. Ooh, that is actually quite strong. Right, that is a powerful thing to have in PvP and World versus World. Now, the thing is Mirage actually has a really strong weapon toolkit with sword, pistol, axe, torch in both those game modes. So I'm not sure if you're going to start seeing like people playing staff a lot there, because I think these are mostly support-oriented changes. But still, kind of an interesting thing there as well. And also, Chaos Storm, reduce recharge to 25 seconds in PvE only. Now, that is actually, is that relevant? Like, Chaos Storm, it applies a bunch of boons, right? It can give you some Aegis, it can give you some Retail, which will now be Resolution, by the way, so it can give, like, condition damage reduction to your team and yourself as well, while also pressuring the opponent. Kind of a nice little thing there. And they might actually reduce the trait cooldown as well on the heal skill. I suspect they will. I bet they want you to use this with, like, the mantra, right? So you can, like, summon a Chaos Storm on your team a lot there. Interesting stuff. And of course, there's another staff weapon change here as well. Chaos Vortex. The projectile now only strikes enemies. Up to 10 nearby allies gain boons. The boons gain are now... Wait. Oh. 8 stacks of might in PvE with 15-second duration. And then it's 4 stacks with 6 in PvP in World versus World. And Alacrity, right? 3-second duration. Okay. That's a lot. And this is 10 target, by the way, guys. This is 10 target. Dude, they're not holding back. Boons are applied near the Mesmer only, not near cons. I wonder if that is 360 radius, that is actually beast. Are you kidding me? So you're giving, like, Fury to your subgroup, a bunch of other random boons as well. You're probably going to spam out. Okay? And you could potentially do damage with this. You're giving 25 might easily with this, and you're giving perma alacrity. Wow. That is actually a bit of a spicy meme right there. That is a spicy meatball. How about that? Okay, just absolutely juicy. Very, very juicy indeed. Okay, how about that? Okay, your clone damage to give might now. Yeah, but it was a bit like awkward to land it, right? Because, well, I guess maybe not in PvE so much, but still. So it's free 25 might, 10 target. Okay, 10 target. And probably permanent alacrity, or like very high alacrity uptime there as well if you have boon duration. How? Dude, wait, are they just setting up for like loads of Plague Doctor builds? Like, this just looks like, oh, run Plague Doctor, do it. Okay, so you get boon duration and condition damage. They're going for the hybrids, and like ArenaNet is activating the hybrid builds. Chronomancer. Oh! This is actually one of the most problematic traits. Basically, critical damage bonus, basically because you more crit damage versus slowed targets. And it also applies to your clones too. Oof! Ouchie. That is a big slam to Power Chrono. Oh, and Chrono Phantasma nerf. Ooh, the Power Chrono mains. They're seething right now. They are seething. Gah! Annihilated, dude. Absolutely destroyed. Seize the moment. Quickness duration per clone chat has been reduced from 1.5 to 1 second only in PvE. Yep. So now, in other words, you're probably going to want to have boon duration a little bit. Otherwise, your duration's really going to suffer. If you have none, it's going to be much harder to make. That's a 50% reduction. Yeah, this is a really good change. Like, Power Chrono was insanely overtuned. These two in particular, that's a big oofy. Basically, normally it was 100%. Now it's 75%. And this one was the big one. Like, Danger Time, that's going to hurt, right? Like, particularly, like, the real issue with Danger Time was that it was very good if you stack them, right? Because you could stack the slow yourself with Time Warps and shit, right? Or with a Rev. And this is really good. So this is an intelligent change here by the balance team here, I think. And this means that Boon Chrono, like, Chrono with Boon Duration, this on it, they don't care. Like, if you're a Boon Chrono, guys, you don't care about this. If you're a Chrono with no Boon Duration, you care significantly more. It will be, like, way more annoying to actually have, like, good Boon Duration. So, yeah. Quickness uptime there. So yeah, good change. Chaos. Illusionary Membrane. This trait has been reworked. While regenerating, condition damage dealt is increased, and condition damage taken is reduced by 10%. Okay, so they're trying to push Chaos as like the Condi line, or maybe like a Condi support line, like a hybrid line almost, right? Or maybe this. I think this even could potentially be relevant. Could this ever be? Oh, man, they're trying to push this maybe in PvP as well, like almost like as a duelist build, potentially, because you take less Condi damage, and you're also doing more Condi damage, like some kind of duelist Condi Mirage, maybe? Maybe even with staff? I don't know. What this used to do is basically give you regen when you got hit, basically, I think, anyway. Chaotic Persistence has been reworked. Gain concentration and expertise while regenerating. Huh. I wonder if that actually ends up as a buffer enough. We need to see how many stats that is. But previously, you got 2% condition duration and boon duration per boon on you. And that was actually very strong, particularly in PvE. But maybe they'll give you like a shit ton. Maybe it would be like 200 of each, because it is actually a GM minor, so it actually might be really strong. What to see? That's, I think that's actually a less interesting trait. Like, we're seeing some design nerfs here, right? Like, I'm not really... Yeah, TD, that's Scrapper, dude. It's coming. Here it comes. Yeah, I'm not actually super sure... I'm not super sure, actually, about this. I'm seeing a lot of changes here that kind of, like, simplify the game's mechanics a bit, and that does make my soul cry a little bit, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Chaotic Dampening. This trait has been reworked and renamed Chaotic Potency. Chaotic Potency. Gain condition damage. Gain additional condition damage while wielding a staff. Recharge of staff skills is reduced. Alright. So, again, this is supposed to be staff, okay? Be a Condi. Chaos is Condi, even if you don't have a staff. And you want, this is like a trait aimed at like the hybrid build here, like the hybrid chaos build. You know, this is kind of interesting. I wonder if you would ever run something like this on Chrono, right? And like give a bunch of boons on Chrono. The thing is that then you don't have the alacrity on with the Mirage damage, right? This is definitely like something you might see like Boon Mirage. Boon Mirage, you would obviously run this. And then maybe Boon Chrono. I think experimenting with staff might be quite interesting here. The thing is, what I don't like about two-handed weapons on tank Chrono is that if you run that, you can't you don't have shield at all times, right? Like, or rather, you don't have sword at all times, which means that you kind of lack a defensive weapon while you're on staff, which is kind of annoying. And staff 2 is always going to be awkward if you're actually tanking, right? Because it teleports you backwards. But, I don't know, this might be a clumsy. I'm a little skeptical about, like, support Chrono wearing this, but Mirage is going to be spicy, okay? Very, very spicy indeed. Chaotic Transference. This trait has been reworked. Chaos Armor grants 3 seconds of protection. Gain regeneration for 5 seconds with a 15-second cooldown when gaining protection. So basically, we got this extra new trait, Chaotic Potency, for free, and they merged the 2 regen and proc traits into one, which is good because those traits are kind of shitty and underpowered compared to what a trait does these days. Okay? And then finally, oh wow. Okay, this is that is actually a juicy thing right there. Actually, that is spicy, right? That is very, very spicy indeed. Goodness me. Restorative mantras. Heal allies only when you activate a mantra. Reduce healing by amount by 50%. So yeah, obviously they have to do that because you can spam this way harder. But wait, what's Mantra of Pain cooldown, guys? Oh, it's probably like 12 seconds, right? Which is the... Wait, guys, Mantra of Pain. What's happening to Mantra of Pain? Doesn't it have like a 1-second charge cooldown and a 1-second recharge? What? What? I mean, what? They haven't changed that. Okay. This is What does this even mean? This is crazy. Like, you might be like the heal god. You're gonna be like the machine gun heal lord with this. Dude, heal Chrono. 10-second recharge time. Wait, did they change it to 10 seconds? Maybe? Recharge 10 seconds? Wait. 1 second internal corner. Wait, when did they change this? Right? They forgot about this. Wait, whoa. The charge time was always 10 seconds. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. It's 10-second ammo. Yeah, but the thing is, you don't give a shit about that, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. It's gonna be the ammo, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was thinking that it would be like, holy shit, you can like spam it every 1 second. No, okay, it's the yeah. Okay, yeah. I was like, whoa. Are we talking about like every 1 second I can proc my restorative mattress? Oh, this is actually kind of a nerf that, I guess, like in some ways. Anyway, this is I mean, I guess you can proc it like on demand a bit more, right? So I think maybe if you had like some kind of build that was running a lot of mantras, it would be pretty strong. There, but I actually don't think that's that relevant. Particularly since you have to give up the res trait for that too, which kind of sucks. Like, giving up the res trait is never something you really want to do. Oh, low and yeah. This is like, this is less. Yeah, this is actually, they just made it so it's not like mega OP, just like a concern thing there as well. All right, fine. Okay. Oh, guys, can you hear it? Guys, I can hear the rage. Can you hear the screaming? Necromancer is a flexible and durable profession. It's not currently in need of any major changes. It's not currently in need of... Every Necro main on the forums and Reddit is like... That's them typing. Right, that's them typing right now. Like, hear the fury, okay, as ArenaNet speaks the truth to them. Alongside general improvements to the performance of other condition damage specializations, we're improving the Necromancer's access to condition damage and curses with... Wait, What? Oh, dude, why are we buffing the curses line again? No, nah. We're also making improvements in soul reaping with soul barbs to increase condition damage, and we're making small improvements to the usability of several... Ah, blood magic buffs. Very nice. Very nice. Heal Necro Gaming, my friends. Heal Necro Gaming. All right, let's go. Oh, Lich Form nerf. Wait, that's it? Come on, man. Why are we not like deleting this piece of shit skill? God damn it. Ghastly Claws, which is the auto attack. This skill now is required to activate. That makes me sad I can't spam this ability now. Me big sad. Right, curses. Increased duration of bleeding from 2 to 3 seconds in PvE only. Insidious Disruption. Increased condition duration of torment from 3 to 5 seconds. Wow. You know, this is interesting, guys. I actually want to log my Necro to show you. This is semi-interesting, actually, from a Condi Scourge point of view, actually, I think. Right, this is a pretty interesting thing here. Because this means whenever you CC, you apply a torment stack, right? Basically, whenever you apply disable, you apply a torment stack. And now torment is very good. Bear in mind, guys, like... That is very strong. That is a very good thing. Is that better than Plague Sending? No. They just made the trait a little bit better. I think Plague Sending is still better because Blood is Power is just a god tier thing with the transfer there. You transfer that Torment, it's huge. Oh yeah, particularly now that Torment... Okay, no. Shut it down. No. Terrible trait, right? Like, no. Oh, but wait. What if you took Dagger offhand, though? Ooh. I don't know. Maybe you would do that. We'll find out, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This trait is very good. Probably not. All right, okay. And Barb Precision. This is when you get a crit, you have a chance to apply bleed. 2, 3. That is more than you think, guys. Okay, that is more than you think. By the way, in PvE, because you crit a lot and you also hit quite a lot with stuff like Shroud with Necro, and you're spamming your shade skills, so you're actually gonna get a lot of procs. That's significant, particularly seeing as you have 100% duration. So it's actually you're gonna get 6 seconds of bleeding instead of 4. That's actually significant. There as well. Wait, Blood Magic, Marker Evasion. This trait no longer has an internal cooldown. Dude, dodge, spam, Blood Magic, Necro. Let's go. I am ready, right? I am ready for that. That is some big energy right there. So Marker Evasion, little buff there for Blood Scourge there, I guess. You know, you can dodge for a DPS increase. Blood Bond, it just means that it will always proc, basically. Like, making it always proc is good. It just makes it more consistent with other dodge skills, to be honest. Blood Bond. Reduce the internal cooldown from 20 to 16 seconds. This is like whenever you apply bleeds, you get a free signet. I actually really like this trait. I think this is a really cool trait, actually, that you get this like little vampiric thing there. And making it better is always good. Like a slight buff to Necro in roaming situations. Would you run this over Well of Blood? I mean, I think it's actually a little bit tempting to run this in PvP already. Would you run this in PvE? No, because the well is busted. But I think in PvP, people might be tempted with that, actually. It's quite a strong ability, actually. Surprisingly good. Okay, amazing damage skills. It's got 2 bleeds on it. Don't underestimate it, actually. Bear in mind, like a dodge roll is not as much of an opportunity cost as you might think, particularly if you're just auto-attacking. Okay, and there you go. And Blood Bank, in addition to its previous effects, this trait now grants barrier for health gained while below full health. Wait. Well, below full health. And if you say, oh, yeah, because normally it was only when you're above that health. So in other words, if you 15% healing is barrier. Ooh, you're a tanky boy. Wait, you're an absolute chonker, absolute unit in PvE now. Will this trait see play? Wait. This scares me a bit in PvP, right? This does frighten me a bit in PvP, actually. That's quite good, actually, isn't it? Now, you lose Transfusion, which is very, very strong. But, like, they didn't actually nerf Scourge. Tank God, right? Tank God Scourge. I don't know. Well, interesting. Interesting there. Interesting patch here from that. I think Transfusion is so strong that you probably will still run it over this, but for a team fight, you could be a bit of a monster. The issue is that the support is the one that struggles to survive. Like, the Scourge is okay, right? Like, you know, and you also lose the healing from Transfusion. Ah, now this sucks, actually. This is still a trash trait. Soul Barbs. Oof. This trait now increases all damage dealt, not only strike damage. This is big. Guys, wait, what is Condi Scourge going to bench? So you get a 10% mod when entering and leaving Shroud, which is borderline permanent because Shroud has a short cooldown, right? Like, you're going to have very high uptime of this, right? Very high uptime, okay? Wow. This is, ooh, oh, man. Yeah, dude, this is a massive buff to the Doctor. Massive buff to Condi's Scourge. Dude, Condi's Scourge is so busted now. Oh, man. Like, Condi's Scourge is going to be so OP. Like, Torment is amazing now. Oh, guys, wait. By the way, can we talk about this, guys? Torment on Scourge. Can we read that number? Can we read that number, guys? Torment increases additional damage. 33% better Torment on Necro. Okay? This is actually gonna, dude, this is gonna be a beast. Right? This is gonna be a monster, actually, with how much damage this is gonna deal. Like, it has so much DPS here. Condi's Scourge is officially mega OP. Guys, Scourges rise up. Doom CM top DPS, everything top DPS. Let's go. Big damage, big pumper. There it is. Okay. Yeah, you can't play Plague Doctor with this. You can't have Soul Reaping on Plague Doctor. That makes me a bit sad, but that's fine, okay? Because Curses is better anyway. So we still have more damage on Plague Doctor, and Torment's better. So there you go. Easy peasy. Very nice. Infusing Terror. The skill can now use mid-air, so it better functions with Death Charge. Right. Oh, yeah, yeah. This is do you know? This might seem very confusing, guys. This is gonna sound weird. The reason for this is that when you're in Death's Charge on Reaper, yeah, hang on, I can just quickly demo this, actually. This is a very, weird thing, right? Like, when you, do Dark Pursuit, you're jumping. So right at the start of the animation, you can't use the ability, right? Now on Reaper, this is actually really annoying in PvP, by the way. This is actually, like, particularly on Skyhammer, that's a really big issue. Okay, on Skyrim, because if you guys, this is so funny, right? If a Reaper like Shroud 2s over a jump pad, they'll get bounced up, right? Instead of finishing it, they'll get bounced up, like on Shroud 2. So this is actually a really nice quality of life upgrade for Reaper, actually, particularly in PvP, but also in PvE as well, of course. So there you go. That's kind of like a fun thing there. All right. All right then. I am very surprised they didn't nerf Scourge in PvP a little bit more, and I think a lot of Necros are going to be happy with this. This is actually a pretty big deal. The Torment change, combined with Barb's and Soul Reaping, means that Condi's Scourge is going to be better. Lich Orm, I'm disappointed there was no Lich nerf in PvP. I think Lich is very unhealthy. And, you know, I think buffing Curses is actually not a very good way to go about this, because it just makes Scourge better as well. I think, ideally, Scourge would be, like, a support. Core Condi Necro would be a DPS in PvE, and then Reaper is power, right? Like, you have those three specs for three in this. Right now, Core Necro is, like, very left out in PvE. It's just not very good. Although I guess it will be a little bit better now with, you know, with better curses, but still, right, there you go. That's it for Necro. Ranger! The Ranger is a potent damage dealer. We've seen that Soul Beast has extreme burst damage potential. And unfortunately, in this case, this has helped create some very homogeneous group compositions. In this patch, we're weakening Sikkim when used by a Soul Beast by lowering the damage bonus to 25%, matching the current balancing in PvP and World vs. World. We're also increasing the cooldown of one Wolf Pack. However, while we do want to slightly lower the extreme burst damage moments in Soul Beast, we don't want to significantly lower its overall damage per second on longer encounters. To this end, we're also increasing the damage bonus granted by Fury of Strength, providing an overall increase in sustained damage per second. You know, what do I think about that? What do I think about that? This is an interesting one, actually, because I kind of like that power builds play out differently, right? I kind of like the fact that you had this, like, very ultra bursty. I think what you would do here is, like, maybe just, like, make the sustained damage way worse and make the burst worse as well, but keep Soul Beast as, like, this ultra burst class, right? But, like, it falls off very, very quickly instead. So you have, like, a difference. Like, power builds are different, because you have some power builds that are, like, you know, boom, 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 like that. And Soul Beast can be like, whoa! And then, like, drops off a lot. I think that would be kind of an interesting thing to have, like, these different builds play out a little bit differently. Is Soulbeast going to be trash after this? Definitely not. You know, as they said, they've actually like overall increased the damage there. Well, according to their calculations anyway, by giving them an extra DPS in there on Furious Strength, which means you get more damage while you have Fury, which you obviously will have. But yeah, this means you're not going to see some completely ridiculous bursts, like 100k bursts on Soulbeast. But I guess that's fine, right? It's still going to be good, guys. It's still going to be good. Okay, 80k is not fine. True, right? Yeah, one more pack. Cooldown's going up there as well. So yeah, all those changes basically do the same thing there. Warhorn. Reduce animation aftercast time by approximately 0.5 seconds. The pet's next few attacks are also no longer blockable. Oh, yes. Good change, right? Unblockable pet attacks, not fun. There's... Okay. This skill now dazes and weakens nearby enemies when cast. Daze duration is 2 seconds in PvP and Wolfsword, 1 second in PvP. Dude, Druid buffs. Interesting. Okay? Interesting approach there, guys. Okay? There as well. 1 second day. Wait, dude, this fucking shit procs Ancient Seeds. Well, to be fair, fortunately, you don't actually run this in PvP, so, you know, we're safe. Okay? But I've got to say, the weakness is going to be really nice. Yeah, okay, right, real talk. I think this is actually quite nice. This could potentially see some use on some kind of duelist build, maybe, in PvP. But the thing is, you have such a strong weapon set, right? Like, having Axe, Dagger, and then Greatsword is actually really nice, you know, where core ranger is right now. So I'm not sure if you really see this. Now, you can, of course, this will probably also apply in the lesser colorway in marksmanship. So if you have the Warhorn trait, which you do run, I believe, actually on base ranger, you will get AoE weakness and a daze in PvP. So this is actually a core ranger buff, if it's consistent, which I believe it will be. So this is actually nice for your core ranger. Because you get this when you... Wait, yeah, you get this on pet swap. Oh, God, that's AIDS, actually. Wait, So when you pet swap, you get an AoE daze and AoE weakness? I don't like that. Okay? Okay. Yeah, maybe they don't update the pet swap version, because that does sound a bit obnoxious, right? Yeah, that would be, like, really dirty, right? Because it's like, no, you can't really... It's going to be very difficult to play around that. So yeah, maybe they won't do that. Like, maybe they won't. I'm not sure. Like, yeah. Yeah, don't worry, it's instant. Yeah, smiley face indeed. No. Dude, CMC, preserve us, CMC. Save us. I actually would like to see, I think some Ranger stuff could be a little bit, I would like to see, like, Ranger come up as a duelist a little bit more. Like, obviously, everything's being outweighed. Okay. I actually kind of like this little bit of a Druid buff here as well. I mean, Druid's already really strong, but I think it's nice to have a little bit more CC. Help the little peepos. Get that Daze Sigil, get that Moment of Clarity, Mega CC. Let's go. Fun stuff there as well. Very fun stuff indeed. I'm being spammed on Discord right now, guys. Let's go. Oh, by the way, guys, Soulbeast, stop crying. Soulbeast is fine. It was busted before. It was ridiculous. Now it's less busted. Enjoy. Enjoy balanced PvE, friends. Right, next. Revenant. Renegade condition builds will be positively impacted by the general change to Torment in this patch. While they will be finding that they maintain and even improve their already strong performance, we are preemptively making slight decreases to the duration of applied Torment from several skills, as conditioned Renegade builds were already one of the most potent condition damage builds. This is very sensible. We'd like to improve other possible variations of the current favorite Invocation build, and as such, we're allowing specific traits in both Retribution and Devastation to increase all damage dealt instead of strike damage rate. Dude, Devastation Renegade, the godlike open world build, getting buffed. Here we go. Alongside these changes, we're updating the Retribution specialization to match the removal of the Retaliation boon. And its replacement with Resolution. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wait. Ooh. Oh, boy. Wait, guys, can you hear that? That is the sound of Azaz, French Worm's leader, like, laughing. No longer will he be bullied by Condi Mirage and Condi Necro and Boon Corrupt, because he will have permanent 33% condition damage reduction, stacking, of course, with potentially Righteous Rebel, and even with, of course, damage reduction from the Jalas Hammers and maybe even the Dwarf guys, okay? Ooh, I can hear the French laughter from here, guys. Baguettes are being thrown, onions are everywhere, garlic is in play, guys. Worms might like this, guys. All right. Alongside these changes, we're updating the blah blah blah. All right, we're improving the strike damage of the Renegade's Callous Fervor effect by changing it from a Frosty bonus into an all damage dealt. Okay. This change will now Renegade power builds to be more viable for general play. Dude, are you kidding me? Although it's unlikely to create a Renegade power build for high-end PvE content. We already play a lack rev, guys, okay? We're already playing this one. We're playing a lack rev. We've already got that going, my friends. We already have that. Okay. Soulcleave Summit was a skill we've been watching. Its ability to grant uncapped healing per second. Yes. I mean, yeah, we have been watching that for a while now, since POF launch, ain't it? Was limited only by how many times someone can hit while under its effect, resulted in unintuitive gameplay. While Soulcleave Summit was active, players are incentivized to use the skills that can hit the highest number of times. Wait, how is that unintuitive? That's exactly what... Wait, that's like exactly what you'd expect. Right, if you read the skill, that is exactly how it works. Yeah, that's not unintuitive. That's incredibly intuitive. Yeah, use like loads of attacks and you get like fucking unkillable. This unpredictable rate of healing is not something that can be balanced. True. As a result, it created situations where it could allow groups to ignore intended fight mechanics. Well, look, I've got some bad news for you. There's a lot of builds that do that, ain't it? We're now limiting Soulcleave's Summit to trigger once per second per player, similar to Razor Claw's Rage. Ooh, oh, can you feel the justice? Can you feel it, guys? Ooh, the Rev mains. Ooh, that is annihilated. Okay, right. Before everyone gets mad, this is still a really good skill, okay? Like, this is still powerful, actually. This is honestly maybe even too harsh. I think maybe it could be like half a second, maybe. Maybe even less than that. Like, this is actually brutal, right? Like, this goes down to like, oh, they buff the damage. Okay, maybe they buff the damage a bit. Okay, all right, okay. All right, so maybe it kind of like works out a little bit better, but yeah, that is like annihilation, dude. Holy shit. Annihilation, my friends. Obliteration gaming. Retribution. I do not know the Retribution trait line. I need to look at it now. I do not know what these traits actually do. It's time for me to log on to XX Roleplayer XX. Here we go. This is arguably a little bit harsh. We'll keep an eye on this skill. Now that it's rate limited, we can safely improve it. Okay, so basically, they can maybe put to like a half a second or to like a quarter of a second. Something like that. Here, let's get some Retribution going on here. All right, so Spiritual Reckoning. This trait has been renamed Spiritual Resolution. Instead of increased duration of granted boon from 3 to 6 seconds in PvE only. So, wait, let's see. It's in Retribution. So gain Rita. Ooh, gain Rita when you use an elite skill. So this is quite interesting now because you actually do use the elite skills in Renegade, in PvP. And now, it's going to give you Resolution. So in other words, when you use your elite skill, you will gain condition damage reduction right off the bat in Retribution. And, you know, if you have this trait with, like, the Jawas trait, wait, dude, that means how does the Dwarf interact with Resolution? Because bear in mind, guys, wait, Rev is really spicy. So you've got 33% reduction from Resolution now on Rev, okay? You have 50% reduction from Versed in Stone, and then 35% reduction from Righteous Rebel, and 20% from Hammers. Like, this actually might really help out. This is, I have a slight suspicion. Now, bear in mind, you don't actually run this trait you don't run that trait in PvP. You run this trait, Planar Protection. But you will actually still end up with a bit of Resolution uptime. Actually, I guess you don't really. Because the traits that you run here, you run these traits, so this won't really affect PvP. I don't think so anyway, like, because you're always going to, like, weakness application is going to be better for you. But I think it gives you some interesting options. Like, maybe there's, like, a version of reality where you might actually run some of this stuff to help you with some condition damage reduction. And bear in mind, guys, like, there'll be other sources of this as well, like condition damage in PvP. Like, you'll be able to apply a damage reduction buff to your allies, particularly on Guardian, right? Like, Guardian is going to have access to, like, retail and stuff, and you can apply a lot of condition damage reduction on your core Guardian with Stand Your Ground, right? With that, because you're going to get Resolution instead of retail too. And like, you know, on your virtues, the Guardian itself is going to get that as well a lot of the time. Wow, this is very interesting, actually. Like, this is definitely worth thinking about. This definitely helps out Core Guard versus Condis for sure, right? That will give it some big sustain there as well. Determined Resolution. Damage reduction now is gained while the Revenant has Resolution rather than Vigor. Okay, that makes sense. Actually, wait, that is that's actually a nerf, actually, right? Because you have Vigor like a good amount of time on Rev, actually, because of Unwavering Avoidance, right? And this means that you will not have you're not going to have Resolution all the time, right? Because you gain Vigor when you evade an attack. You don't gain Resolution when you evade attack, right? Oh. Next line. Retaliatory Evasion. This trait has been named Resolute Evasion. Okay. So, Vigor uptime going down is actually good, to be fair. Or in a PvP build. You don't really want to have that stuff going crazy like that. That's not, in general, ideal, I don't think. Is, you know, being able to spam dodges like Perma Vigor is not great. But, I've got to say, you need to take the Resolution major trait there. Oh, no, I thought this was the... Wait. Oh, no, I thought this... Oh, no, I thought this was Unwavering... Okay, no, fuck that. You're not taking this. Right, you're taking this trait, right? This trait is not good. I thought... For some reason, I thought it was Unwavering... Okay, no. Okay, no. Cancel that, guys. Shut that down. I thought this was like... I thought that was this trait here, but it's not. That is Unwavering Avoidance, right? It'll be Resolute Avoidance will be better. No, okay, then never mind. That's not really that relevant then. Vicious Reprisal. This trait now increases all damage dealt rather than strike damage only. And you're not going to take Retribution for DPS here, really. Like, it's just not going to happen. So, that is fine. Ferocious Aggression. This trait now increases damage dealt from lifestealing. Dude, finally, all the people yelling to buff Battle Scars, right, have now basically been verified, guys. Battle Scars buff confirmed. This is going to be a 7%. Buff, I believe, here, to lifesteal damage as well, which is actually significant in PvE, by the way. Like, in PvE, a lot of your damage is from Battle Scars. Like, Battle Scars are going to slay in PvE, and now you're getting a 7% damage up to that's pretty damn decent, actually, to have a little bit of DPS increase, because a lot of your damage was from Battle Scars already, like on Power Rev. Boon Rev buffs, okay? I like it. Alacra buffs. I mean, obviously, they're trying to compensate a little bit here for, like, getting your damage, like, obliterated there by Soul Cleave Summit, so there you go. That's kind of a fun one there, indeed, okay? Soul Cleave Summit. Lifesteal can now trigger a maximum of once per second for each effective target. Ooh. Callous Fervor. This effect no longer increases ferocity. It now increases all damage dealt by 2% per stack in PvE. This increases to 3% per stack with Lasting Legacy. So, the thing is here, right? Like, right now, guys, you get 150 ferocity, right? You get 150 ferocity, and now it will just be 2% flat damage increase across the board. So, you trade 150 ferocity for a 10% mod. 10% mod is better there. Ferocity is actually pretty good. That's 10% crit damage, but 10% crit damage is not 10% overall damage, right? So, this is actually a buff to power builds. Stays the same for Condi builds, basically. More so if you take Lasting Legacy, obviously. There as well. Although Lasting Legacy, actually, Lasting Legacy, you get 50, so that would be 250 ferocity right now. But a lot of the time, you're not taking this trait, right? A lot of the time, you're going to be taking Righteous Rebel, right, for Alacrity uptime on your Rev, as opposed to Lasting Legacy. But still, pretty interesting, guys, okay? Pretty interesting. 10% buff and devastation, hitting all damage, not to strike damage. 17% balance. Oh, wait, is that all damage? Is it all damage, what, including lifesteal? Ooh, nice. Mega lifesteal on Rev. I like it, my friends. Mace. Echoing Eruption. Reduce torment duration from 8 to 7 seconds in PvE only. Wow, a little nudge there as well. A little nudge down. Temporal Rift. Duration down from 12 to 8 to 10. Now, these nerfs, like, look pretty, you know, they might like, whoa, my Condi Rev, how could you do this? Bear in mind, guys, Torment is a lot better, so this doesn't really make, this is probably end up going to being a wash, right? Like, Condi Rev might even be better, honestly, because it has a lot of Torment, actually. So Condi Rev might even end up doing more DPS. I'm kind of sad that Kala is worse on Condi Rev now, because obviously Soul Cleave is like super hard nerfed, which makes me a little bit big sad, but, and hey, anyway, all the DPS monkeys never used it anyway, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, like, that is an oofer, okay? A bit of an oofer for any of the Kala enthusiasts, because that's a lot of sustain. Like, you lose a lot of sustain from this. This is a massive nerf there out of this. Legendary Demon Stance. Embrace the darkness. Embrace the dankness. Torment is down, and pain absorption. Resistance is up, because now resistance is a weaker boon, so you can have more of it. And this is actually a bit of a nerf to Condi Rev, of course. Like, Condi Rev in PvP does get nerfed from this, because you don't have, you still have resistance, but it doesn't just make you immune to Condis, right? Like, you're actually going to have to do that. Although, Condi Rev resistance actually got addressed a lot. You don't really have, like, ludicrous resistance uptime. Like, you still will in World versus World, but, you know, that's obviously a little bit different there entirely. Condi Rev, guys, Trailblazer, pretty fucking good, right? It's good. Very, very nice, guys. All right, let us now continue here, guys, over to these. So Rev in general, just a little bit of a reshuffle there. Again, this is mostly PvE focus, I think. I don't think this really affects PvP too much. Slight buff to Battle Scars for PvP, because now you get, like, damage mods on the lifesteal, but the lifesteal damage is not as extreme as it is in PvP as it is in PvE. All right, let us now continue. All right, Thief. Thief has some of the least build diversity in PvE gameplay for a while now. True, and it's overdue for some improvement. While we're happy with the power damage rolls currently available for Thief players, we'd like to bring back conditioned Thief builds as another option. In this update, we're improving the conditions applied by daggers and short bows, and we're adding more condition-related power to the trickery specialization by giving it a source of expertise and a multiplier to bleed damage. Noticeably, we're also reducing the maximum targets of the stolen skill Detonate Plasma, which affects Thief Boon build Thief Boon build composition in a few split raid encounters. Now that we've added additional sorts of quickness to the Scrapper specialization, we believe it's the appropriate time to also bring the Thief Boon build roll back into these encounters down to match, providing boons and quickness for half the raid squad. Oh, no 10 target. Ah, dude. Rip Boon Thief. Ooh, rip Boon Thief. Ah, ooh, destroyed. And, oh, it's brutal. Ooh, annihilated. Oh my god, he slammed. Yeah, I mean, it deserved it, guys. It deserved it. We all know it, right? Ouch. Detonate Plasma, stolen skill, reduce maximum targets from 10 to 5. Now, bear in mind, guys, it is actually still not a bad skill, right? It's still very good. Like, your subgroup will have perma every boon in the game except Alacrity. So you're essentially almost like a Chrono, right? In a way, you're a bit like a Chrono here, but this is a massive nerf. Like, you know, you could still run 2, I guess, with an Alac Rev, but it is literally half as good. This is a massive nerf. I still think, like, you'll probably see people still run this, like, maybe in pug groups there to kind of fill out the boons a little bit if they're a little bit lacking. If a subgroup's, like, maybe you would put this in, like, a Firebrand Rev subgroup. Like, if you've got Druid Chrono in one, you'd have, like, Firebrand Rev Thief in another, something like that. But it feels inefficient. Like, you're basically, this is basically meant that you don't get that roll compression anymore. Like, you have to have another source of these boons. This is actually like, this is like big ouch, right? Is it, yeah, like one boon, one Alac, yeah, exactly, one boon, boon thief, one Alac, one chrono, something like that. You could do that, so you could have like, you boon thief, and then chrono, then Alacrity, right? Quickness chrono, boon thief, and that. So it basically just brings it in line with this other. Makes a lot more sense there as well. Dagger. Wild Strike. This now inflicts 2 seconds of bleeding for 3 seconds of PvE, and 1 stack in PvE in Wolfsword. Wow, incredible. Absolutely insane bleed durations there. Very impressive stuff. Short Bow. Reduce the animation length on Trick Shot, which is the auto attack, by 0.2 seconds. This skill no longer deals increased damage strike to poison enemies. Instead, it applies 1 stack of bleeding for 4 seconds when striking poison enemies. Oh, okay, so you poison people with your choking gas, right? And then you auto attack them, and you Condi them with your auto attack. Nice. Surprise Shot and Malicious Surprise Shot, which is the stealth attack, basically. These skills now additionally applied 3 attacks of bleeding for 5 seconds in PvE and 1 second PvP in Wolfsword. I feel like Shortbow is I just don't think this is good enough, right? Like, are you gonna run this? No, right? Like, there's no way. Choking Gas Poison is up from 2 to 3 in PvE in Wolfsword. Matches the PvP duration. Okay. Improvisation cooldown is reduced from 20 to 15. Yeah, they're trying to maybe make you run improv instead of Shadow Arts, but I mean, I'm not sure about that one, dude, okay? Right. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem very good to me, guys. But yeah, at least you can, look, the improvisation here is good for the, you know, I guess, like, you can, like, abuse your weakened steel now a bit more, right? Like, you can recharge your skills more and spam that shit. I don't know, guys, okay? I'm not sure about this one. All right, Trickery. Preparedness now increases expertise by 150, so you get free 150 expertise. This is like, this is a minor trait, so you get that for free. Bewildering Ambush. This has been reworked and named Deadly Ambush. Stealing also applies 3 stacks of bleeding for 10 seconds in PvE and 3 stacks for 6 seconds in PvP in Wolfsword. Bleeding inflicted on foes deals 25% more damage. Wow. Dude, Condi, are there any Condi PvP thieves in the chat? Dude, one of your best traits just got fisted. How does it feel? Oh man, what a meme. Okay. I've got to say, that is actually, this is a pretty interesting one here, actually. Like, you get the, I mean, this is like a pretty minor buff. I mean, like, this isn't that good, right? Like, you can't use steel super often. Like, Condi Deadeye, get some value out of this, I guess, right? Because you can, like, spam your mark a fair bit there as well, and then like, spam the stolen skills. But I don't know, like, I 25% bleed mod is nice, I guess. And obviously, like, if you're playing, say, Dagger Thief, right? Obviously, you're going to inflict a good amount of bleeding with your Spinny Spin, with your Death Blossom. So that will synergize with that in Trickery here as well. So you'll, you know, I guess you'll get more DPS, right? If you're playing like Deadly Arts, Trickery, and then Daredevil, or obviously Deadeye as well, potentially there as well, but interesting. But yeah, like Condi is gonna, I mean, this actually, I don't think this is intentional, but it is a bit of a bit of a nerf to Condi Thief in PvP, which is not a super dominant build, but I think it is a very unfun build to play against, so I think it's fine that it got nerfed. Like, Condi Thief is just not that much fun there to play against, right? Blinding Shadow. Okay. Oh, yes. Good change. Did Deadeye nerfs. Feels good, man. Yeah, maybe you like Pistol, yeah, because like the Pistol, you got loads of bleeding on your auto attack, right? You've got Torment as well on your, teleport you back attack as well. So you've got that going on there. So you actually have some potential value there. Like you can stealth up and like do your you do your like fucking pew pew there as well. Maybe you can get some value there as well. The skill now reveals the caster if they're using stealth when the skill begins. This is a big nerf, because you could use this in stealth before, and then it would only reveal you a little bit later on, basically, which is obviously not good. So now, it's going to be much easier to react to this. Reduce the aftercast animation from 0.25 to 0.08. No idea why they did that. Like, this is a really aid skill. It needs to be nerfed. It still needs to be nerfed. They have not done anywhere near enough. I don't know why we got this, like, minuscule change. It needs to be functionally did. Seriously. Right. Okay, chat. Chat, I'm going to be brutal here. Chat, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say this right now. This balance patch is disappointing. I was expecting big things, and we got reduced aftercast animation from 0.25 to 0.08. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. That is fair. No, this is still a really bullshit skill. It's a 3-second knockdown. Wait, no, it's like a 2-second knockdown, 3-second immobilize, or the other way around. It removes boons and applies vuln. With a minuscule animation can be used at 15 or like 1200 range. This is one of the dumbest skills in the entire game. Delete it, right? Okay, next! Thief is done here, guys. Right, now, yeah, the consolation is that we will be having future balance patches, guys. Hopefully very soon. I want to see big slams, big content, big memes. Let's go, guys, okay? Let's go. Let's continue onwards. Warrior! Berserker has been in a great place with strong support, power, and condition builds that are successful in all content. However, Spellbreaker lacks the damage it needs to keep up, and the line between banner support and damage already built is very blurry. Yeah, oh, really, ArenaNet did? Yeah, ArenaNet did. They're like, Banner Warrior, it appears to be benching about the same as a DPS class. Huh, how about that, guys? Like, yeah, that's a little bit of a blurry line there. Oh, yeah, ooh. Showing that possible alternatives to discipline specialization were underperforming. Okay. With this update, we're making improvements to their tactics to make it a more viable alternative to discipline. Ah, very nice. That's actually a good call there. And we're improving Spellbreaker's damage capability. We're also lowering the base target of banners to 5 players. Ooh, dear. Looks like it's going to be a Banner Cuck Warrior the real time, though. Real deal this time. With a choice for support builds to utilize the doubled status trait. Honestly, I actually think this is pretty good, right? To raise the target up to 10. All banners are now gaining light combo fields, giving all warrior specializations some access to condition cleanse combos. What? Okay, that's an interesting change. That I like it. I like me some banner combo fields, boys. Okay, let's go. Right? I mean, this is actually big because bear in mind, guys, doubled standards previously gave you additional stats from your own banners, making that better there as well. No, they added expertise, guys. They will not remove it, right? They're not removing the expertise from Thief. They're just going to change the way it works. So now, bear this in mind, guys. I do think it is a little bit weird that they did it like this, because think about this, guys. Double standards is in discipline, right? Like, discipline is already, like, omega good. And so if you're a banner slave, you're still going to want to take discipline, right? And, well, these changes to tactics had better be damn impressive, I guess. Otherwise, yeah, that's going to be a big meme. But either way, so banners get light combo fields. So this is potentially interesting for support warrior, because now you can put a light field down on support warrior with your banner, and then blast it with your warhorn, and then cleanse, I guess, like leap through it for a light aura, that kind of thing. I mean, that's kind of interesting, right? Rifle is also receiving improvement pass, improving its ability to combat multiple targets. Wait, oh my god, dude, Tauren, I can already hear like the joy of Torin Chad as he cleaves down. He cleaves down the entire enemy team from on high with his rifle. Moral utility, range weapon, a power weapon in general mission or open world play. Rifle! Okay. Okay. Fierce shot. This attack now pierces, but no longer grants bonus adrenaline against vulnerable targets. Instead, it gets 1 second might for 5 seconds to the warrior when hitting a vulnerable target. Alright, interesting. So now you can hit 5. So, dude, wait. Guys, these changes are open world changes, right? Oh my god. ArenaNet, no. Why have they done this? ArenaNet. ArenaNet. I gave away 10,000 gold. ArenaNet, I gave away 10,000 gold for you. We have 2,000 viewers. I brought the hype, ArenaNet. What have you done? Right? Like, why? What is happening here? Where are the spicy, where's the good changes? Like, where's the actual exciting stuff? Right? No. Crack shot. Instead of granting bonus adrenaline when a fear shot hits, this trait now causes fear shot to deal 10% bonus damage in addition to its regular... Dude, 10% auto attack bonus on a trait? That is low energy, right? Okay, oh my god. Aim shot, the skill has now been removed. I mean, yeah, dude, like, you've got no skills now. How does it fucking feel, right? Okay, no skills now on aim shot. Enjoy it. The skills are moved to slot 2. So now you have a slightly different setup here as well. So aim shot basically applied. It was like Vuln and Cripple, right? So you don't have that anymore. Instead you have volley. So don't worry, the Amoeba is still there. So you still have your big, piercing like volley shot thingy. Explosive shell. This new skill takes on, dude, appropriate music. This new skill takes on slot throw and rifle, previously employed by volley. This attack shoots a large shell at the target that explodes on contact with the enemy. The explosion creates a cone-shaped blast that fires through the target, striking foes behind them and inflicting the crippled condition vulnerability. This is like that guy in League, right? What's his fucking name in League? Right, like the gunslinger guy, right? Like the fucking meme. Yeah, Graves. Yeah, it's Graves ult. Graves ult has been added to the game. Here we go. Yeah. They've juiced rifle because of open PvE. Dude, yeah, exactly. Like, dude, rifle warriors are going to be happy. This is actually a very strong skill, I think. Like, anything that does like that, you can like have this like massive AoE. It sounds like a fun skill, actually. That does sound like a fun skill design, actually. I like that. But yeah, fun skill for sure. But I mean, rifle is probably still not going to see like high level play, but it's definitely going to be a better weapon now, guys. Like, you just have like more damage on it. It's better, right? Overall. So Ajax is going to be like one-shot people on NA, right, with his rifle warrior. It's going to be good content, guys, right? Banners. Reduce the number of allied targets affected from 10 to 5. Discipline trait doubled sounds now increases the number of allied targets from 5 to 10. Banners no longer cause blast finishes. They are, in fact, light combo fields that persist for 5 seconds after the banner is summoned. Oh, wow. So it doesn't even... Wow. It doesn't last for a very long time. You've really got to be quick on that. I mean, that's kind of... I kind of like that. That's kind of like a fun little change. So you have a little bit of play there. You can leap through it, right? You can blast. Your allies can blast for AoE Condi cleanse. I like that. That's fun. That's fun. There as well, but not the craziest change in the universe. Strength. Peak performance. Reduce the additional strike damage applied for a period of time after using a physical skill from 15% to 10% in PvE only. And Great Fortitude. This trait now increases ferocity by 10% of vitality. I think it was power previously, right? Am I right there? I need to quickly check that. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. Okay, so wait. Strength. Wait, this is a fucking big trait. Although I guess, like, wait, what the fuck? What are we doing here, guys? This is a strength buff, kind of. They've basically taken the damage from peak performance and they've put it into Great Fortitude, but also permanent. All right. That is an interesting thing there. So you get like 100. I mean, yeah, like obviously peak performance is not going to be great there. But still, that is an interesting meme right there. To give that buff. But I mean, that's something, I guess, right? In what world is Thief underplayed? Well, I mean, they're specifically talking about PvE, but honestly, like these, I think you got to watch out for Condi Thief, man. You got to watch out for that Condi Thief gaming. You really do, my friends. You really, really do. So, wait, so you get 100 ferocity now, but wait, will you still take Forceful Greatsword actually? Because you still get the power, right? Like on Forceful Greatsword, you get the 120 power, no matter what, right? I think. And Frosty is so good. I mean, this is weird. I mean, like, this doesn't really do much. I guess it's, like, overall a bit of a nerf to strength. Like, you don't get, like, the 15% mod anymore. But then again, wait, in what, like, reality would you even run this? Like, where do you run peak performance in PvE? Like, because you got double banners, Signet, heal skill, headbutt. Like, in what world do you actually... What is this change aimed at? Like, what build is this trying to nerf? Is it trying to have, like, full DPS Power Warrior or something? Do you even run, like, a physical on that? Like, wait, what does this do? Like, what do you run this with? Like, yeah, like, precasting? Okay? What even is? I mean, yeah, you run it in PvP, right? But this doesn't do anything in PvP, right? You always do it in PvE, right? I mean, wait, like, you, like, precast shit, I guess? But I don't know. What is even going on here? Okay, Spellbreaker DPS. Yeah, I guess so, right? Yeah, you have that, right? You've got that content going on there. But like, wait, oh no, oh yeah, I forgot. Right, yeah, it gives you it gives you it gives you passive damage as well, right? Yeah, it gives you like 5% damage mod, but like you don't run any physicals. So why did they not nerf? Why didn't they nerf the base damage? Oh wait, is it like 15% base damage in PvE still? I'm very confused, guys. I'm not a warrior main. Me no warrior main. Me no play warrior. Yeah, so it gives you passive DPS, right? Like when you have strength. But you don't run any physicals on warrior. Huh? Huh? Yeah, look, see. So they're not nerfing the fight. They could just remove... Why wouldn't they... Wait. Why would they not just remove, like, the 5%, you know, thing here, right, instead? So instead of removing, like, the active... Just remove the passive for burst in fractals. Yeah, but I mean, who cares, right? Like, that kind of feels bad, I guess, but I don't know, this is like just a weird change to me, right? Such a weird change. Okay? Yeah. It didn't have the 5% in the first, they added it. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, it's to remove it again, right? It needs to go. It needs to go away now, right? Now then, obviously, you can take physicals in raids too. I mean, yeah, I guess so. You can take like some of the fucking memes so that you can like kick shit, right? Big CC, me big CC, I guess. I don't know, this feels like I'm not sure if this change is even really that relevant. It feels like a weird thing to do. All right, defense. Cull the Weak. Increase damage range from 7% to 10% in PvE only. Spiked armor is hard armor. So basically this means when you get hit, you get resolution now, right? When you get hit, you get resolution now in the defense strike line. Amazing. And you get damage reduction while you have resolution as well, I believe. So now, hardened armor, big content. And Cull the Weak, I believe Cull the Weak is like when you strike weakened foes, you get more damage. I mean, I guess this is good for like a solo open world PvE build, I guess. Tactics. Marching orders. Reduce the internal cooldown to gain soldiers' focus from 15 seconds to 10 seconds. Leg specialists. Damage bonus from 7% to 10% PvE only, so you get more damage when you're in tactics. They increase the duration of resistance boon granted to the Warhorn skill. Call of Valor from 2 to 3 seconds, because again, resistance is weaker now, so they have to give it more duration. And Warrior's Cunning. Reduce the health threshold for bonus damage from 90% to 80%. So this gives you like a bit more... This gives you more burst in tactics, basically, right? Like in tactics, you have that. Okay. Interesting. I mean, this doesn't really... I feel like this doesn't really do what they want it to do, right? Like, does this do anything, really? What's going on here, guys? What's the situation with this, right? Like, I'm not really seeing this, guys, because this is obviously PvE, guys, right? This is PvE. Like, aren't you still gonna run strength and discipline on warrior, right? It's like a little bit worse, right? Obviously, they've nerfed it a bit because you don't get extra ferocity for the double axe here as well, like with discipline and discipline axe mastery there. So that's a little bit different. Warrior's sprint damage bonus is now up in discipline as well. You know, on that there as well. Like, would you run that trait? I don't really play fucking warrior, man. I don't know what the hell's going on here, right? Wait, isn't that like a buff? What? I'm so confused. Why are they like nerf buffing? Like fucking. What even is this, guys? Like, what is going on here? What is this? They say, we want to make discipline less good in PvE, and then they buff discipline? And I guess they nerfed it with dual stands because you don't get double banners now. Oh, wait, you still get the bonus effect as well, but they just, like, reduced it from 100% to 50%. So you still get more stats, okay? And you also get the max targets of banners. Like, I guess thing is, dude, this is why they need to move this trait, right? They needed to, move this trait. Like, I don't know why they didn't do this. Double stance should have just been put in tactics, right? Boom. That's what should have happened, guys, okay? Like, tactics should have got this trait, so you actually run this in tactics, right? So if you want to be a banner slave, you have to run tactics. They should essentially, like, force warrior to run tactics for banners, right? Okay, like it should be like discipline tactics if you want to play banners, right? Strength if you want to go DPS, right? Something like that. I don't know. What even is this, right? This is such a weird change. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe warrior mains can make this make more sense, but still, right? I mean, yeah, it's going to do less damage. Yeah, loses 125 velocity and 180 power. So yeah, you have less damage. That is significant for sure, but it's still going to be very, very strong. And it doesn't really change. I don't think I think they wanted to like make you run like a different build. I think I want to change the build, but it just doesn't change the build, right? Significantly, right? It doesn't really do much. Spellbreaker here. Okay, no one can make it make sense. Me bamboozled, Sig. Me bamboozled. Okay, so Sun and Moon style. Fix a bug that could cause trait bonuses to be temporarily lost after recovering from the down state. Oh, that's kind of a fun one there. The main hand dagger bonus has been reworked to deal additional 10% strike damage to foes with no boons. Okay, that's kind of fun. That is kind of fun there as well. Wasn't it like extra crit damage or something like that right now? Like I feel like these are some of like the forbidden traits. Oh no, yeah, it was like you heal based on your crit damage. Yeah, okay. So now it gives you just 10% more damage to foes with no boons. This is obviously very clearly a PvE change. Obviously again to try and make Spellbreaker bit damage. That will actually give you a pretty nice damage buff there as well. It's basically like a 10% mod in Spellbreaker. Attacker's Insight. Each stack of the Insight effect now grants an additional 50 power, precision, and ferocity at level 80 in PvE. Each stack now grants an additional 35 power, precision, and ferocity in PvP and World Sword. Previously, each stack granted 45 power and ferocity. So it's buffed by a little bit in PvE and nerfed in PvP and World vs. World. Wait, why are we nerfing Warrior in PvP? I mean, I get it in World vs. World, I guess, but alright. Okay, so full counter. The attack portion of the skill now triggers correctly if the spell rose in midair, allowing the skill to end correctly. Alright. Oh yeah, of course. It gives precision. Alright, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, it gives precision as well. Alright, so you get some extra precision, right? You get some extra precision is good for PvP. Okay, yeah, so actually, no, never mind. This is probably a little bit better then. This is probably a little bit better, because having guaranteed crits or like more precision is good. Yeah, sorry, I misread that. I thought it was like just power and ferocity, but no, okay. Alright. That's well, this actually means that in PvE, you crit cap on Spellbreaker pretty easily, right? Because you're going to get an extra 250 precision from that, which is like over 10% crit chance. Okay. Not bad right there. That's kind of nice. A little bit of quality of life there. Okay. Yeah, it's not exactly the most reliable thing in the universe, but still. So you can kind of crit cap a little bit if you're dealing with some kind of boons. 11% crit in PvP is still kind of bad. I mean, I feel like 11% crit is significant, but I mean, obviously Warrior, like, is one of those classes that has been a bit undertuned in PvP for a while now, and, but I guess it doesn't need damage. Like, this doesn't address, like, Warrior's issues in PvP, right? Like, this is, I guess it's kind of nice for a Warrior in PvP, but, and World vs. World 2 a little bit there as well, but, I mean, this doesn't address Warrior's problems. It's just, like, a bit of a, you know, it's not Prot Hollow, right? And like Prot Hollow didn't get nerfed, so it can't really compete with that as well. I mean, I am not sure about this one. Oh wait, sorry, Moonsoul. Oh yeah, it gives you. Oh yeah, it was quickness on interrupt. So now you still got the crit damage on it. Well, I mean, I guess it's pretty interesting. So if you get like dagger Spellbreaker in PvE, you get like extra damage when there's no boons, and you still heal if you got off that. I mean, I guess that's kind of fun, but guys, what are these changes? What are these changes, chat? Okay, so did they fix the visual bug? I mean, I'm not sure if this is going to fix the visual bug. The visual bug is not necessarily linked to skills not finishing correctly, I think. Like, the visual bug is, like, a weird thing that affects a lot of things. Like, you can get it on, like, Ranger Greatsword, like, Chrono shit can do it as well. There's a lot of, like, weird stuff that can just linger on the character for all eternity. That might not necessarily fix this. I've got to say, guys, this is a bit weird. Okay? This is very, very fucking weird, right? To see these changes. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Dude, I forgot about that thing. Yeah, you have, like, retail on Prot Hollow, right? But now it's resolution. Ah! Oh, my God. Ooh. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. What have we got here, my friends? Okay, what have we got here, ladies and gentlemen? We have got the Fiesta time, okay? Fiesta time is here. I mean, it's nice that they buff Spellbreaker when they try and buff some underplayed stuff. It's kind of cool, right? dude, these changes are bizarre. Like, why are we running around in circles? Like, Discipline is nerf buffed. We have Spell Breaker being nerf buffed because you don't get value out of the physical trait so much anymore. I guess you get more stats, so it kind of compensates there, but you lose the 5% damage mod. Like, oh, these changes are so confused, man. Like, this is like a really weird... This is so bizarre, right? I mean, oof, oh, man. This, guys, is a bit of a problem. Yeah, maybe like retail will have a spread thing. Dude, Scourge Bench is gonna slap, guys. Scourge Bench is gonna slap hard because the golem doesn't move. Change on mobs? Yeah, maybe it won't be changed on mobs, only players potentially, because it's obviously it will disintegrate certain things there as well. Wait. Oh, here we go. What have we got here, guys? I've got to say, guys, I am not happy with this. This is pretty bad. I have to say, I don't really think these changes are going to really be mega impactful in the ways that they want to be. They don't really have any regard for PvP or world versus world. I think a lot of people were expecting things to happen in PvP and world versus world, or at least get some like specialization reworks here, and a few things change. Lich unnerfed. Prot Hollow actually buffed because of now you have resolution all over the place, so you're even tankier than you were before. Like Firebrand's gonna be crazy. Like Condi, the Omega Condi burst about the place. In Fractals now with like the rework to Exposed. Mantras being a little bit less interesting here as well. I mean, I don't know, guys. Like this is not what we want to see. You don't know what to see. I mean, the good thing is Scourge is a nice buff. Like Scourge is a nice buff here for Plague Doctor, and of course. Plague Doctor is a nice buff, and Condi Scourge is a nice buff here as well, but everything else is like very wishy-washy. I mean, like this is a bit scuffed in my opinion, right? Like I think the PvP guys were really excited, and that has now kind of dissolved into nothingness a little bit there. Warrior is just weird, like very confused changes here, I think, and Warrior is still amazing. I mean, I guess it's good that, like, I think it's good to see that Warrior did get nerfed overall. Like, Warrior is nerfed overall, right? Because it's going to lose a lot of stats when you're playing banners. And you really need to take that double stance. So you lose Frosty, you lose some power, right? Like, you use some stats overall. So that's okay. Like, Warrior banners was definitely overpointed. Like, Warrior in general is very, very strong. That's okay. But this, again, thing is, without moving the trait, Banner Warrior is inherently linked to Power Warrior. So they've nerfed DPS Warrior with this as well, right? They've nerfed both of the builds, right? Because, again, oh my God. This is just, what are they doing here? I mean, I don't know. This is very, very weird, guys. Very, very, very weird, guys. Like, this is scuffed, right? Condi BS. I mean, like, I guess, like, Condius didn't even really get touched here that much, right? I guess you lose some stats from the banners. So Condius doesn't really lose much. Yeah, you're not going to... I doubt you run tactics here, guys. I very much doubt it. You're not going to run defense either. I mean, this is rough. I mean, like, yeah, like, Scrapper is still going to dominate in World versus World because they didn't really nerf it. Nothing really happened there. Like, Guardian was arguably buffed in World versus World, kind of a little bit. Like, oof. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as you say, like, Condi is arguably worse, right? It's, you know, like, having resolution is really nice. Like, retail is good in World vs. World, but it's, like, less relevant now because you know, you have so much healing that the retail damage is less relevant as long as you're in the squad. It is still relevant, don't get me wrong, but resolution is a very strong effect, and now you'll have that pretty high uptime of that in World vs. World 2, particularly with the conversion stuff there. Oof, yeah, like, not a lot of changes really across the board. Like, no real, like, new builds will come out of this. To be honest, like, it's all going to be kind of the same. Maybe, like, well, that's not true. You'll see, like, support, you know, the support Mirage is going to exist, I guess. And maybe, like, staff on, I don't know, like, yeah, this is, like, this is not big, right? This is minor, guys. This patch is, it's not looking good. Like, I mean, quickness Scrapper, I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, yeah, you can give a lot of quickness with this build. Like, you can probably get good uptime if you have a lot of boon duration, especially. But oh, yeah, like they didn't fix like the 300-second stuff here as well. Oh god, fucking hell, boys. Oh my god. Right. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's why I told you to wait until ArenaNet deliver. Well, I mean, look, I was expecting more there, I thought. But to be fair, that's because all the other previous balance patches were really good. Right? I was going off the data, Sognus. Right? I was like, dude, like, this is going to be a big patch. Like, ArenaNet was like, yeah, big skills patch, guys. Skills gaming. Right? And, like, the previous, like, PvP ones were great. They were really sensible, like, really great changes. And then this. Right, like this is fucked up. Yeah, I mean the elites, the 2 new elites. I mean, yeah, like no, I'm still hyped for the game, man. This doesn't really like diminish my hype, right? This doesn't really diminish my hype, guys. Because you know, like the main thing is still like the main food on the menu, food on the table is obviously going to be the X pack. But I was really hoping this would be like like loads of new builds, loads of crazy content, like loads of insanity here. And dude, guys, like I don't want to say this, but hashtag CMC chained, right? CMC chained, my friends, okay? Hashtag free CMC.